day to you all. Welcome to Design Lab once again, and today we are doing something a little bit different. We are going into vectoring, and here I'll show you how I designed this simple nest style logo by just illustrating it on vector ink. So the reason why I'm bringing this vector ink in is because of the issues most mobile phone designers are facing. Some mobile designers still use this Pixel Lab to design logos, which is not actually proper because you can't edit the SVG and you can't, once you do anything on Pixel Labs or you alter the logo, that's the final decision, that's the final thing. You won't be able to do anything. So this is where vector ink comes in. As I explained in my previous video on what vector ink is more like a mobile version of Adobe Illustrator. This is what you can use to illustrate an image, design any logo of your choice as far as you can go. The only thing that can limit you on vector ink is how creative you can think. But if you are an artist, you will do wonders with vector ink. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So let's design next style in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. We should be done with it. So what's the first thing to do? If you look at this screen, you will see new import folder, and below you will see a big plus icon. That's for you to add a new document, to start a new design, right? So we can click either new or this button down here, but let's click on this new. So here we have different sizes. You can pick any size, depends on the kind of document you want to design on and all of that, or the dimension. But we'll be going for the default size of 1 by 1, which is 700 by 700 pixels on vector ink. So what we do before we create our file document is to change this dimension, the DPI dot per inches, that's the quality of this, to 200. Yeah, and then we click on create. Very simple. So what's the next thing to do? Next thing to do is, don't be confused if you are not familiar with this interface. This is the new interface of vector ink. But if you look at my channel, there is a video introduction on all the tools in vector ink. If you know that, if you watch that, using this will be very easy for you, and it will be very easy for you to navigate. Alright, so the next thing to do is to bring in our grid logo. So if you look at this top left corner, you see something like an hamburger, not something like it's an hamburger button. All right, so click on it, and then you see different options right here, but what we are going after is import, because we are bringing in our logo grid. So basically click on import, and then we'll bring in a file. Click on files, or wherever you save your document, or whatever you save for you to design. This is where you will bring it in. So click on the grid and select. Here, click outside, you have it on our screen. This is what we are using. So the next thing, at the down below your screen, you see all of this list. These guys I'm scrolling right here, all of them. So among all of these guys, we have our layers. Speaking about layers, we have these layers more like that of vector ink. So there you can see every layer you use when you are sketching, when you are illustrating, when you are designing your logo. This is where it comes in. So the reason why you are using this layer is, if you look at this, we have layer 1. So if you click on this settings, you can rename this layer 1 to, let's say, our grid. Let's name this grid, okay? And click on save. We name this grid. So with this grid, we are not going to do anything on this grid, but we are going to create a new layer. This new layer is what we will be designing on, so that if we need to correct anything, it is very easy for us to correct, rather than designing it on the image we bring in. So what do? Click on this add right here. You have an empty layer, so click on settings and rename this layer and name it logo, and save it. Right, so once you name that logo, click on the setting of this grid and reduce the opacity, so that I'll be able to see the background very well, and then lock it. So this logo will be the only active layer we'll be using. So click on cancel, and then we have this. Right, so is this centralized? Yes, it is centralized enough. So where do we start from? If you look at this logo, let's break it down into simpler versions. So if I may ask you, if you look at this logo, what did they use in creating this logo? What kind of shape? What kind of shape? Don't think too far. It's very easy. They use just circles and lines. They use circles and lines. Circles and lines. If you count the circles that are used here, don't use more than just 1, 2, 3, 4 circles. And lines, you can start counting when we start designing or when you are practicing yours. This is very easy to do. So without further ado, let's dive into this. So we are bringing in the first shape, which is the first circle. Pay close attention, and by the end of this video, you will be designing your first logo on Vector Ink. Welcome. So let's go. Right here, so this if you look at this left side, we see different icon. You see the selection tool, you see the portrait tool, you see the pen tool, this the AI tool, yes, the image generator tool. So we are not using that, we are offline. So you bring in your emoji, different logo elements. Yeah, let's brush that up. So click on this shape, click on it again, and bring in your circle. So when you are after you bring your circle, we need to maintain some aspect ratio, a balanced shape, so that when we draw the circle, we won't have something like this. Okay, we won't have something like this. So instead, once you click on your circle, look down below this. By the top down left corner, you see constraint. This will actually make once you are drawing any shape, everything will be in equal size. Okay, and then you draw this. You get it now? So we have a perfect sphere or perfect circle. Okay, so click on your selection tool right here, and then let's zoom all this in with your 2 fingers. Then let's bring this to the first one. Everything should align. Okay, click the image, and then let's do this. The constraint is off now, so on its back, and then drag this. Turn off the constraint and reposition your circle. Constraint again, adjust and move again. Perfect. So we have this circle. You don't need to create a new circle from scratch. What you will just do is to duplicate this existing circle. Okay, this is simple. This is still selected, so this options right here, scroll to the left or to the right, either way the scroll, just scroll, then duplicate. Once it's duplicated, wait for this to disappear. Good. Then scroll back again and click on anchor. When you click on anchor, when you are resizing this, it will resize down to the middle, like in equal sizes. It won't go one sideways. Okay, so now drag from the edge. You see right here, this, you have a perfect shape, but we need something like this. This will close up, just increase it, and then anchor again. So we have this right here. Perfect, right? Good. So what's the next thing for us to do right here? We are going to duplicate these 2 shapes, and we bring it to the other side. So what do? Drag your fingers, that is, you over this, you over everything right here. Just drag your finger over the 2 shapes while the selection tool is selected. Once you do that, on these options of constraint, target, and all of that, duplicate this. Once you duplicate that, just move this with your 2 fingers and then drag this. Kindly turn off your constraint. Turn it off right here, and then let's do this. Let's adjust this very well. These lines, these 2 guys, they need to align. Okay, they need to align. They need to be on the same place. Good. don't mind this line of our grid again. It's not working with what we have here, so we have to compromise things. So this is it. Once you're done with this, so we are done with the circles. So what we have left are the lines to cut everything. So let's bring in our line, go back to that shape, and then click again and click on line. The constraint is automatically selected, so we draw a wrong line, sorry. So click on it and then remove, and go back to your line. Then do this, draw this down below. Alright, it's straight because the constraint is on. So click on your selection tool, zoom this and do this. Good. Once you have that, duplicate the line. You will have to duplicate the line every time for us to have an equal sizing of everything, because the sizes must be the same. You can't draw a line, draw another one. They might even by 1 pixels be different from each other, okay? Or by 0.5 pixels, which will actually make the logo not a perfect one. So duplicate this. Once you are done duplicating, just move it to the next one. If you are finding it difficult to arrange like this, just look at this top right. If you see a magnet right here, that's the snap tool. Just turn it off and then you can freely adjust your line. Good. Once you are done adjusting, you can then turn it back on. I will explain this snapping and all of the things in my next video. So once you are done with this, so now we need to duplicate these two lines and then move them to the next one. So let's move this a little bit below. Okay, we've touched this. Not again. Click back. Good. Click back again. That's to undo. Then let's zoom and then we'll put this. Good. So here we go. Once this is selected, among all these lists down below, you see duplicate, copy, multiple, and target. So click on multiple. So with this multiple, you can select more than one thing at the same time, more than one element, or whether anything you have on the screen, you can select more than one. So click on the second line. Once you click on this, just duplicate. Okay, you already duplicate it and then move it. While moving this first line will actually be on top of the other line that you have earlier. So once you do that, duplicate again. Just move it by one. Don't move all the two over. So just move like this. You've moved that, and then here we go again. Duplicate again. Then move this. Good. That's all. But that's not all. So click out of it. Then select this one because it is double. Right? Select one of these. Only one will remove. Then click on remove. These two. Remove it. This as well. This should be one. Remove it. So let's go to our layers down here, hide this, and to see how well everything is. Good. So let's save this. Let's double check all the lines. We need them to be only one on a single distance. Remove. That's it. Remove it. Okay, we are good to go. So let's go back to our layers and bring this back on. Then let's do this. So we need lines on the other edge. So the lines on the other edge, we need the same sizing of all of them. So click on one, click on multiple again, and select the other one. Okay, then duplicate. Very, very easy to do. Once you duplicate this, then use your two fingers to zoom this, and then clicking on this white dot up here, rotate this, snap, then fine. Then move this guy up here. You have it snapping. go to our layers, and then let's hide this guy. Look at this clearly. You see how this is, right? Good. So let's move on to the next. So duplicate this again, just the way we did to the other one. Then move this. Duplicate again. These guys need to be on each other, so take note of everything. Off the snap. Good. So then duplicate again on the snapping. Duplicate this. And bring this guy down. Good. So let's go to our layers and unwipe this. So we have all of this. So what do? Everything we duplicated, let's get rid of them. Remove. Remove. Don't make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you can just click on undo. But yeah, this mistake is normal. So why this background? And let's go back. Remove. And then this, you need to double check it. Remove. Okay, that's all. So this is where the real work begins. This is where the real work begins. There is still something we are yet to add. So let's bring this guy back in. So they cut this place out. Watch closely, and then let's increase this. Let's increase the opacity. The first line is here, this is cut out, this is cut out, this is also cut out. Everything is cut out as planned. Okay, so now the next thing for us is to factorize it. So here we go. This is what we are doing. Once you do this, over this everything, to select it, every single thing, not one, everything. Here, once you select everything, make sure you select everything on your layer, everything on your layer that you need to actually sketch out. So the next thing we do is to click on our path builder tool. It's just below the shapes. Path builder tool is below the shape. So now zoom this, and then we start tracing this place. Let's hide this guy and reduce the opacity a bit. It's causing confusion. Now save. Good. So let's resume back on what we are doing. Whatever error that shows, we will surely correct it. So that's it. You are not done yet. Use your two fingers to move this. Mind you, don't go outside of your shape of whatever you are drawing. So when we are done with this, we are not done until the actual shape we want shows the blue color. If it's not showing the blue color, that means some part of your designs, so your grids haven't closed yet, some are still open. So click on this eraser to erase all these outer parts. Good. So that's the first one. Okay, so click on the eraser tool again, and then we have the second guy right here. So the same process is what will follow, but there's an error in front here which we need to cut out. So cut this out, then zoom, erase. Okay, and then let's start from here. The same process. Carefully do everything. So let's zoom this. So let's close this place by dragging with our sculpture tool. Okay, that is closed. And then this. So click on your eraser tool and then erase the outer parts. So here we go. Once you are done with that, just click on your selection tool and there you go, you have this. Then go back to your layers and hide this background permanently, and then we have this. So before clicking out, or even after clicking out, just for you to change the color, look at this top here. We have the undo, we have the redo. After them, at your top right corner, you see a white and a black. So this white and the black is the stroke color, and this white is the fill color. So click on this white. So and click on this. You see this fill color, we have black, like we have this hue of black. That's what we have here, hue of black, right? So click on this, and then we have this. Below this, you see cancel, you see redo, you see shuffle colors, you see image, you see save, and you see the hamburger button. So click on the hamburger to access more colors. Right? So let's click on the second one right here. Then click on this cancel, and then click on this face. You fill the two color, right? So here it is. So now click on this stroke and drag down the opacity to 0. So the magic here is you can select this shape separately and you can alt it to whatever you want. If I click this, I can move this around. If I click this, I can move this around. I can just do whatever I want with it, turn it and blah blah blah, whatever, and make it a new entire different logo or whatever it is. Just once you play around it, this is something you cannot do with Pixel Lab. This is something you cannot achieve with Pixel Lab. This is impossible on Pixel Lab. I'm telling you, this is just it. This is just 100% what it is. Okay, so let's just undo all of this. This is another thing Pixel Lab will not give you. Undo, 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 and everything is back to normal place. So let's change this top one. Let's have something like this. Should we have this? So let's just have this. Yeah. So here we have it. So we are done creating the logo. So if you want to add the name to it, you want to add name. So and another thing, when working on your vectoring, always remember to save. Okay, always remember to save. So here we go. This import, we want to quickly check our image right here. Let's select this. Okay, that's next style. So just get rid of it. So good. So now over this guy and click on constrain to the size, then reduce the size. Then while constraint is on, and then turn it off and move this up here. Then to bring in your text, this is very easy. Bring in your text. If you look at this list here, we have text. Once you click on it, click inside your layer. Alright, so you can now type in next gen. Let's use next gen. We are not using next type. Let's use next gen. So once you have this, click outside of it, and yeah, that's not what we want. Go to your selection tool. Click on your selection tool right here. Once you have this, then you can now resize it. Do you know why this is happening? Because our constraint tool is not on while resizing the text. Always turn off your constraint tool. So undo this, undo again, and then click on your constraint. Okay, then click on this, my guy, and then increase. Then we have this. So if you now want to change this, the typeface, once you click on this text, the last text, click on it, the last T icon here. You look at this line, this left line on this list, there are two letter T's. The one with a drop down arrow is not what you are clicking on. The one down below is what you are clicking on. The one at the corner, down corner, is what you are clicking on. Click on it. Then click on fonts. This is where you can change the size, change the typeface, transform it. So we'll do all those introduction again. But if you need the full introduction now, go to my YouTube channel and check for Vector Ink introduction. That is where I explain everything about the app. So click on fonts, and here we have it. So we are using what font should we use? Should we use Gradua? Thinking of maybe Poppins. Yeah. There's a Grotex font typeface I have here. The guy disappeared. Oh my days. Okay, fine. That's it. Let's use this guy. Regular, semi-bold. Next gen, medium, semi-bold. Now, Poppins. Okay. And here you go. We have this. So that is basically how to design on Vector Ink, and then you can advance from this. So watch out for my next video, and we are designing something different. So what do you do next? Click on this hamburger, save, and then you can export it. Click, and here just click on export. If you